jacket. Let's see which helmet we use today. So the Bronx has a lot of nice areas to ride in. Um, that's where I live, and it's it's very unique. The Bronx it's a little different, you know. Um, I've been here for the past, I would like to say, 8, 9 years. Um, and it's great. It's a great place to live. I mean, there's some really nasty part of the Bronx, but where I'm at, as you can see, it's not too nasty. Hey guys, welcome to another episode. Night Rider NYC here. Thanks for tuning in. The Bronx, baby. The Bronx. The Bronx. As a kid, I I never really liked the Bronx. Um, I never really liked the Bronx because it was so damn far. Like, it was always like this place in the top corner of the city, and I was trying to think about what to talk about today, and I really didn't know because it's like I'm new to this motor vlogging thing. It's not anything I'm too familiar. Like my other channel, I talk about filmmaking and stuff like that, but this is a little different. Um, but let's talk about the Bronx a little bit. We're gonna talk about the Bronx a lot, throughout different motor vlogs because this is where I ride, really. Um, I grew up in Lower Manhattan, like downtown, and I'm so spoiled because you know how it is downtown. Is very bougie, very bougie, you know. And I went to school downtown. I worked downtown. I built a career downtown. And how the hell did I end up in the Bronx? What the hell? I mean, come on. This is ghetto, right? I mean, everywhere you go is freaking ghetto, but Bronx is like the bottom of the barrel. But believe it or not, out of all the boroughs, I like the Bronx the best. You got the most real people here. Like, people are who they are here, man. I mean, the Yankees, they you know, everybody here is a damn Yankee fan. You can't tell them anything. They'll tell you to your face. The cops at the Bronx, like, they're no nonsense. You don't mess with these guys. Um, so I like that. I like that people are actually real. And I kind of like the grit of the Bronx. So gritty, man. Like, even where I grew up downtown, it was kind of gritty in some parts, but it wasn't really. I mean, I grew up in the 80s, 70s, 80s, and 90s in Manhattan, and it wasn't really gritty, but it kind of was at that time. Like in the 80s, it was a little grit there. You had homeless people under the Manhattan Bridge. Like, I don't know if you guys remember how it was back then, but you have homeless people, you have robberies, you have all kinds of stuff happening in Lower Manhattan. And I don't know, now being in the Bronx, it's like so weird. I never thought I would see myself in the Bronx. I would ride through the Bronx sometimes for this or that, over the years, and I was like, oh, I could never. But here I am, riding my motorcycle through the Bronx. Popeyes. Ugh. I can't eat that stuff, man. It's too greasy. But you know, anywhere there's a ghetto, there's a Popeyes. And definitely got that here. Kennedy's, fried chicken, um, MoneyGram. These are all, you know, things you find in the ghetto. But I embrace it though. I love the ghetto. I do photography, like some street photography, and you know, I do a lot of stuff like in these kind of neighborhoods. Some in Manhattan too, but you get a lot of character, a lot of pictures with character in these areas. You'll see some of that coming for me at some point. But why did I move in the Bronx? Why? How did I even get here? Uh, that's interesting because, like I said, I never wanted to be here. I grew up in Lower Manhattan, worked in Lower Manhattan. I lived in Queens. I lived in Brooklyn. I lived in Long Island, and now I'm here. How I got here? I started dating somebody from here, um, City Island to be more exact. We're not together anymore. That didn't work out, but I kind of liked it here. I decided I wanted to build my life here. And when I got a taste of it, it was a little funny at first. It didn't feel it felt weird. It's just, you know, fish out of water. Then I started working in the Bronx, um, and that was interesting because now working in the Bronx, I'm a retired cop, the NYPD, and I ended up working in the 43rd precinct down by Story Avenue. And I used to ride my motorcycle there when I had my lowrider, my regular lowrider, and my Sportster 48. No, I'm sorry, my Sportster 88 Iron 883. Um, I used to ride to work every day, and when I found out I was gonna be working in the Bronx, I was like, oh hell no, no way. I was working in Manhattan. I was working in police headquarters. I was like, oh, this is the best thing, you know, downtown Manhattan. And then they put me here. I got in trouble. They kicked me out. Honestly, that's kind of what happened. And they said, you're going to the Bronx, buddy. You messed up. I was like, no. But you know what? It was the best thing that ever happened, man. I really enjoyed the Bronx and dealing with people in the Bronx, dealing with the crooks, the criminals in the Bronx. It was just a fun time. I'm no longer, you know, I'm retired now, so I know I'm no longer a cop, but I'm a retired cop now. Um, I'm a night rider. I like riding my motorcycle at night. You know, it's just different. Obviously, I ride it during the daytime. It's daytime right now, but you know, something about the night. But yeah, in the Bronx, man, there's some good stuff here, man. There's some great food, some of the best pizza. By Arthur Avenue. I'll take a ride there one day, and some really good shops there. Some really good shops for food, like Italian restaurants. Mario's Pizza is really good. It's a really good pizza shop. It's on Arthur Avenue. I mean, you pretty much got everything in the Bronx. You're not really missing anything. Everything is available to you there. You know, where I live, City Island, and some people don't consider that part of the Bronx, even though it is. It's kind of like Riverdale. Riverdale, it's called Riverdale, but it's part of the Bronx. But I live on City Island, and if you're into motorcycling and you live in New York, you've been there. But I actually live on there, and what's great about City Island is that it's an island and it's kind of secluded. It's kind of a little out there, and they have some really great restaurants there. They got Sammy's, they got JP's, they have Lobster House, um, Vestamar. It's like the Spanish food. So yeah, City Island's a great little area, and I fell in love with it. You know, because everything is on there. You know, everything. You got a gas station. It's a little small island, about a mile and a half by half a mile, and you have a gas station. You have a supermarket. You have a beach. It's Orchard Beach. And most people think that it's just like a commercial, you know, like just restaurants. But no, you can actually buy a house on City Island and live there, which I do. They even have a Dunkin' Donuts. Oh wow, they just opened that. That's new. It's funny because they used to be on this corner right here, next to the subway, and they moved across the street. Interesting. I mean, why move across the street? That's weird. Their rent must have been lower across the street. But anyway. So yeah, City Island's a great place to visit. You have Pelham. This is all Pelham. This is like Pelham Park. Um, you have Yankee Stadium. You have just different areas, and you know it's up and coming. It's becoming more and more gentrified, in my opinion. Seeing more different classes of people moving in to the Bronx. It's not as ghetto as it used to be. It's a lot more ghetto when I first moved here 10 years ago. Um, but I don't want to leave now that I moved here. Like I didn't want to be here, but now that I moved here, I want to stay here. Um, you know, you have the Bruckner. This is the Bruckner right here. There's actually a mall not too far from here. There's Bay Plaza Mall. Uh, this is the 6th train. The 6th train to the last stop takes you to Pelham, and then from here you can take the bus to City Island. So yeah, City Island's a great place to live in. If you ever wanted to, you say, "Oh, I want to move to the Bronx." City Island is definitely a place I would suggest check out. You know, if you're thinking about renting, the prices are not unreasonable, more or less the same as everywhere else. But you see this whole stretch, right? This is all Pelham Parkway. You see right there, it says Orchard Beach, City Island. It's really nice. You got people working out. Usually I see a lot of bicyclists going up here and people jogging up and down this little trail. Well, yeah, City Island and the Bronx. I love the Bronx. They had a Harley that was supposed to be called the Bronx. I wonder what the hell happened to that project. They shit canned that thing. It sounded like a really exciting bike. You know, it was like a naked bike or something, like a Buell, like the old Buell. And they just did away with it and they made the Nightster. And I don't know why they did that, because the Nightster, I didn't like it. I test rode it. Cruzy Originals. He's a YouTuber. He's a YouTube channel. He said it was like a little mini Dyna or whatever. I don't agree. I maybe it was the one I rode on, but I wasn't a fan of it. I wound up getting a different bike instead. Maybe it just needed an exhaust or something. It just wasn't for me. However, they did lower the price on it from 11,000 to 10,000, which I think that's more reasonable for that particular bike. I think with all these Harley bikes, you have to you can't just buy them stock and Expect them to feel great. Even this bike feels like crap right now. You know. By the way, Stealth emailed me, and they're shipping my exhaust today. I'm gonna have a Stealth exhaust on with a pipe bomb muffler. You guys will get to see and hear it. But yeah, one of the things I like about the Bronx or this area is that there's a Harley dealership literally 2-3 miles from here. So at any moment's notice, I can just ride to my local Harley dealership without a sweat and hang out there, get my free cup of coffee. And just enjoy the Bronx a little bit, you know. It's actually a New Rochelle, the Harley. New Rochelle, just in Westchester, which is like a hop and a skip from where I'm at. So this is, we're approaching City Island now. See the water? It's like a little bridge that leads onto the island. For those who ride, you know what I'm talking about. Who ride in this area. It's actually a great place to have a motorcycle, because you're like right by upstate. You're like in the city pretty much. I mean, you just saw that I was in the ghetto part of the Bronx, and now I'm in this little bougie area. You know. So you have restaurants here, the seashore. You have a church. Like a Spanish place. So yeah, there's a lot of great areas in the Bronx, City Island being one of them. There's more, but this is one of the nicer part of the Bronx. I am not used to this bike not giving me the power I want. Like, I just picked up this bike like 3 weeks ago, so I really haven't done much to it, because I've been waiting on parts. Like I said, I'm going to do a stage 4 at some point later in the year. And right now, I'm just going to do a stage 1. Just give it a tune and throw an exhaust just to give it some sound and grunt. So yeah, it's kind of annoying riding this bike, but I want to break it in a little bit. Let's get it moving. So used to my low rider S, you know, and the power that was giving me, and the sound that feels the Fisher Price toy comparison. Yeah, this is City Island. This is the Bronx, and I'm really loving it. You know, I'm really digging. There's a diner right here. There's a lot of restaurants. Anywho, this is it, man. I just wanted to throw another episode out there just to kind of talk a little bit about what's going on in the Bronx. So that's pretty much it. Please like and subscribe. Hit that alarm bell. You're going to be seeing a lot more of these coming up. New York City content. Night Rider NYC is out.